Okay, here's some video of the 2.7 diesel in the London taxi I've got, and you can sort of see I've got the intake manifold off, and if you look way down there you sort of be able to also see that I've got the starter motor taken out, which was the reason that I had to get into this. Let's see if I can get down. Yeah, see if I can get down into there. Yeah, that's where the starter motor is, and that's off. And then just having another look and perusing around here, you can sort of see the absolute grotesque amount of junk that's in the intake manifolds. The gasket stayed in good shape, so I can take care of that gasket and leave it on until I get a new set. And I will change that valve cover gasket too, since that's obviously pretty rude. But it's not bad other than that. I'm just panning back over to the battery cable here. You can sort of see that the end of the battery cable is in tough shape, so I'm going to get one of those. And then it should be back in top form, I hope. It's also a shot of the cleaned up intake manifold I took off, and cleaned a lot of gunk out of that. Let's see if I can pan around for a shot of the whole side. It's fairly dark, so you can't really see in there, but really honestly, there's a lot less gunk in there than there used to be. So I'm happy with that. And here's a picture of the Wilson replacement starter motor for the Fairway driver. Nice little unit, and came out of the US, took about a week to get here. I'm really glad I found some replacement parts that didn't have to come from the UK. Alright, well, fast forward a couple of days, and what we have here is a reassembled 2.7 engine with the new starter motor in it as well. In the previous video I mentioned that one of the issues was the old battery positive was really thrashed, so I installed a new positive lead for the starter motor and delivery of power throughout the whole vehicle. And if you look very carefully down in the hole there, you should be able to see the makings of a new starter motor, and you can see the danger sign on the top of the magnetic switch there, and the new positive of the battery cable going down to it. As well, something that needed to be done was the manifold was absolutely filthy, as I sort of tried to display in the previous video. Cleaned all that out, put that intake manifold back on. Of course the new glow plugs are in there, and I haven't had any ferociously cold temperature to test them on, but it was a bit cool today, and I think they're probably doing their job. It starts instantly. There's absolutely no problem at all in getting this nice engine to turn over. What else have we got to show you? Something that actually hit me, I should have noticed earlier, was the air cleaner sits up on this incredibly huge hunk of metal right here, and one in the back of the air cleaner too. And that's an aftermarket piece of metal that's been welded together and put on there to hold the air cleaner higher, because when this car had to go through being made Euro 3 compliant for its emissions, they put this little riser on. You perhaps can see it. Yeah, you can sort of see on the bottom of the Venturi. Let me see if I can just get that in there. Let's see if I can't dive into the engine here a bit and show you this. There's this little Venturi that takes exhaust gas that's been recycled, that's plucked off this rather large pipe that you can see kind of running right down there vertically. And that is hooked onto the distal end of the muffler, and that's where it picks up the exhaust gas, puts it back in to the air intake, and that's, I guess, part of what made this thing Euro 3 compliant. While I'm at it here, I'll give a quick look to this other aspect. You can see the heater fan blower for the driver's compartment. That motor, when I got this vehicle, was in fairly sad shape. It basically was blowing the fuses and wasn't turning very fast because it was so seized up from just being dried out and used all the years the car's been on the road. And so I actually did get the fellow that I bought this from in the UK to go to a breaker and get another one and send it to me. And out of the two, I made one good one. And I got that one plugged back in there. So now I've got that working well as well. So just a few other thoughts here. You see the alternator in there. And on the back of the alternator, you can see there's the vacuum pump. The diesel motor doesn't deliver enough vacuum to run the vacuum boost for the brake master cylinder over there. So that unit there, that alternator, and possibly the vacuum unit, I expect to go belly up sooner or later. So I think I'm going to pick one of those up. I'm also quite possibly going to get that power steering pump there, get a replacement for that in my toolbox. And the other little item that I've read a fair bit about that can be a real issue is, of course, the steering box and having some leak from that. It's obviously the most used thing driving 300k or 300,000 miles, sorry, throughout London for 15 years. That takes a beating, so I should get one of those in my parts spares as well. And jumping right back to that brake master cylinder, that one there probably needs to have a spare around as well if I want to keep this thing on the road for a long, long time, which kind of is my intention.